I'll take you watching 15 scariest bridges in the world. As you can see, right there. Right there. I know what I'm pointing at, because I can see the screen. Alright, let's get into it.
There's plenty of bridges in the world, but which bridge is the absolute scariest
I don't know, you
and
tell me?
most dangerous? We'll let you decide. Today, we're looking at the scariest bridges around the world. The
Bet.
Kwandinsky Bridge in Kwanda, Russia. The Kwandinsky Bridge was built about 3 decades ago as an addition to the
Ooh, what the heck
Baikal-Amur
is
Railway.
that? Is
The
that even a
railway was
bridge? Oh, heck
unfortunately
no.
never finished, so now the abandoned train tracks are being used as a bridge for cars to get to the other side of the frozen river. The big kicker here is that this rickety bridge doesn't even have a railing and is constantly coated in ice and snow, making it incredibly dangerous to cross. The pathway is only 6 feet
Then
wide.
why did
That's
you
only about a
cross
foot
that,
or so
bro?
bigger than the average SUV. The bridge is also made of rotting extremely
Hold on,
old
I'm putting it
wood
up there. There
and
you
is
go.
constantly falling apart. So it's not uncommon for drivers to get out of their cars to fix holes and loose panels in
Oh
order to
man,
cross.
that.
You'll also see drivers rolling down all their windows in order to prevent sweeping winds from knocking them off the
What you mean?
1,870-foot long trek.
What you mean by that,
Despite
boy?
the sketchiness of this bridge, there actually haven't been any accidents or fatalities associated
This
with it. We
ends.
say it's
The
because of the
live is
cool,
gonna end
steady
after
nature
this
of the
video.
Russian people. Nerves of steel, I tell you.
Alright, I'm gonna
The
search the
Vine
name.
Bridges of Aya Valley, Japan.
Vine
Originally
Bridge.
built in the 12th century during the Genpei War, the Vine
But look at that, bro. Someone, if a baby's foot gets stuck, hey, you know it's that time. A kid's foot gets stuck, you know it's that time. Alright, let's keep going.
bridges of Aya Valley are exactly what they sound like. A huge bridge made of mountain vines
That's
swinging over the
scary, bro. How
battling
can you
jungle
walk
river.
on that?
It
And it
sounds like
shakes
something
too?
straight out of Jumanji, but we promise this is not a work of fiction. It is believed that the bridge was first built by the Haiki clan, who took refuge in the Aya Valley after their
Yeah,
defeat in
they even scared to
1185
walk on
during the
it.
Genpei War. This bridge is ancient, and we're super surprised it's still holding up. The bridge was meant to protect the Haiki from enemy attacks, and if anything happened, they could just cut the vines and
When
send
was
their
that,
enemies
bro?
to their
I
deaths in
want
the
to know
river
when was
below.
that.
The bridge gets rebuilt every 3 years or so, and now features steel cables amongst the vines, as well as more planks to walk on. The original bridge had 12-inch gaps between each plank. Nowadays, you can see tourists braving the bridge and taking in the scenery of the Aya Valley. Just don't look down.
Bet, I'm not gonna look
Glass
down. I'm gonna
Skywalk in
crawl over that
Tanmachan
bridge.
National Park, China. Built about 3 years ago, the glass bottom bridge at Tanmachan National Park is definitely one to check out. The bridge stretches to about 1,400 feet long, 980 feet off the ground, and is about 6 meters wide. It's actually huge.
Huh?
To give you an idea of how big it is, the Grand Canyon Skywalk is 69 feet in length and stands about 718 feet into the air. That's peanuts compared to this behemoth. The bridge was designed by Israeli architect Chaim Dotan, who also designed
How did he make that though?
Israel's Expo 2010 pavilion, so you know it's going to
Cool.
be pretty sturdy. Dolan says that the bridge will be used as a runway for fashion shows down the line, and will be able to hold up to 800 people. The bridge also features the world's highest bungee jump, allowing tourists to dive off the Mammoth Bridge into the valley below. It's a glass bridge
I
of
choose
epic
to survive.
proportions. We just hope it doesn't shatter.
And not end my life.
Ishima Ohashi Bridge in Japan.
Ishima
The Ishima
Ohashi
Ohashi
Bridge.
Bridge
Don't
is
forget to say
hilly,
that.
to say the
Ishima
least.
Ohashi.
It was originally built in this steep incline to allow ships to pass under the bridge. The bridge links the cities Matsu and Sakyaminato in an upturned roller coaster-like
Can I see
V-shape,
the bridge on the
easily
side
comparable
instead
to a
of
water
above?
slide. The concrete bridge spans around 1 mile long and is about 11 meters wide, allowing
Nah, not
plenty
big.
of room for cars to cross.
Oh,
Thousands of
why
vehicles
is it
pass
up
this
like
bridge
that?
every day. The bridge was even featured in Daihatsu Motors commercial to prove the durability and speed of their minivan. I guess that's just how intense this bridge is. It's
It's a
like the
roller
ultimate
coaster. That's what
test
I
in
think.
vehicle performance.
Oh,
Next
that
time,
bridge can
skip your
pass that.
annual trip to the theme
But it's
park
the
and
biggest
take a
bridge.
ride on the Ashima Ohashi
It's
Bridge.
knocking that building. It's knocking the
Hussaini
bridge
Hanging Bridge
down.
in Pakistan. The
It's knocking
Hussaini
that
Hanging
bridge
Bridge
down.
is like the
You
definition
can't
of
say
rickety. The bridge
anything,
barely
bro.
even looks finished, with cables fraying and planks all chipped. The bridge connects two neighboring villages over the
Sorry,
Bord Lake,
I
and
gotta
at a
like
glance
scratch my
looks
head.
mighty
Let's
scary.
put it back on.
But those who cross it don't seem to be bothered, due to the bridge being named after a popular
What is
religious
that?
figure,
What is that
Shajra
bridge?
of Hazrat Imam Hussein. They
I can't
believe
put this
that
on my
he's
head.
protecting them as they
Oh man,
cross.
this,
We,
oh,
on
this is
the
bad.
other hand, think they're just straight up
See my glasses,
deranged
bro?
for even
Don't
considering
look at that.
setting foot on this rickety nightmare. It's considered to be the oldest and most terrifying bridge in the country, with people from all over the world flocking to the Husayani to take pictures of themselves on what looks like a glorified
If you hear
craft
that, that's just
project.
fireworks.
The area locals will cross the bridge
Don't mind
like
that,
it ain't
it's
no
fireworks.
thing, carrying huge packs on their back, choosing to risk their lives as opposed to walking around the mountain, wasting 2 hours
Why
of their
would you do
busy
that, dude?
workday. The spirit of Shajra must be
Keep
really
your
working.
life. Keep
Suspension
your
Glass
life,
Bridge,
please.
Shinuzu National Park in China. What's with China and glass bottom walkways? This impressive
I don't know.
footbridge is about 872 feet long,
What?
6.5 feet wide, and hangs over the beautiful scenery of Shinuzu National Park. Though it's not as high as the one in Tianmenshan National Park, it features something that puts it on a whole other category of scary. In the last few meters of the bridge, a cracking effect gets ignited under the tourists' feet. It's simply a special effect, but the majority of people run
Oh,
for their
that's
lives
just
during
the
the last bit of
effect.
the path, making
That
for a
would
truly
scare me, bro.
unforgettable experience. The tour guides think it's funny, the tourists, not so much. Longjiang Suspension Bridge in
not funny,
Boashan
bro.
City, China. There's
I'm not
something
even
just
laughing,
so
even though I'm not
inexplicably
laughing.
scary about suspension bridges. I mean, they're held up by ropes, basically, so that's sketchy. The Longjiang Suspension Bridge is
They are
billed as being
held
the longest
up
and tallest
by
bridge of its
ropes?
kind, spanning
This is held up by
3,900 feet, making it only slightly shorter than the famous Golden Gate Bridge. It was built with the intention to cut off half an hour of travel for motorists going between Boashan and Tangchong. The Chinese government paid $150 million to complete construction on the bridge, and now you can see cars whizzing by 920 feet above the valley. I don't know about you, but I'm not going to put my life in the hands of the Chinese
That's
government.
what I'm saying, bro. You're
Tigless cliff
OG,
walk
bro.
in the Swiss Alps. Bridges are fine and dandy when they're in a warm jungle or sunny valley, but what about a bridge that's 1,500 feet above a glacier in the Swiss Alps? The Tidless Cliff Walk is a footbridge that hangs about 9,000 feet above sea level, which is super high and
Huh? Sea level? What are you talking about, bro? What?
bridge standard. The path is about 330 feet long, only 3 feet wide, and made of industrial-grade steel,
Only 3
making
feet
the
wide, bro,
handrail
what?
very cold to the touch. Upon opening, a snowstorm blurred the view beneath the bridge, making the walkers feel like they're walking over a cloud of some sort, which would have been either super cool or super scary. The bridge is meant to attract tourists who want to take in the snowy mountain scenery without busting out the skis. All we know is that if we were crossing that bridge, our mittens would be totally glued to that ice-cold handrail. Aiguille du Midi in Rhône Alps, France. The French are known for their fine wine and romance. But did you know that the Rhône Alps in France is home to one of the highest running cable cars in the world? So, not exactly a bridge, but you could say that the Maidai cable cars are like a moving bridge taking tourists across a 1,200-foot drop above the mountain landscape of the French Alps. You also have the option of stepping out into a glass cage that hovers over the mountain edge, as well as a short footbridge that spans across 2 of its spires. It's the kind of journey that's only suited for the most daring of daredevils.
Hey, for breaks.
The Confederation Bridge of Canada. If you're a Canadian, you've definitely heard of the Confederation Bridge.
I'm not a
8-mile-long
Canadian,
bridge
I'm
that
a
connects the provinces of Prince Edward
Mexican
Island
and
New
American.
Brunswick. The bridge is considered to be the longest in the world, requiring about 4 years of labor from over 5,000 workers to complete the construction.
How
We
long
wouldn't
is the
necessarily
bridge?
call this bridge scary due to its refined structure and solidity. We would consider it, though, to be one of the most impressive bridges in the world. The Trift Bridge of Switzerland. Another
Switzerland?
bridge over the Swiss Alps, except this one is hanging in mid-air. I'm getting scared already. The bridge was built in 2004 as a response to the rapidly melting glaciers. The once massive glaciers were no longer high enough to take visitors to the main hut, so the Trift Bridge was born. The bridge is modeled after Nepalese-style 3-rope bridges, so it's not
How could
super
y'all
sturdy,
walk on that,
but
bro?
it gets the job done. Spanning
How
to
could y'all
almost
walk on that, bro?
600 feet long and hanging about 350 feet off the ground, the swinging bridge is not for the faint of heart. The path itself is only wide enough for one body to pass at a time, and the ropes don't feel like the most sturdy thing in the world to be holding up a bridge in freezing cold climate, like the Alps. Zaktheagood Rope Bridge in Northern Ireland. Ireland is a magical place, so it's no wonder it's also home to a mystical-looking rope bridge that looks like it's straight out of a fairy tale. This special bridge connects the mainland of Northern Ireland to the tiny island of Zaktheagood. It's a wee bridge, spanning only 66 feet and hanging about 100 feet above the rocky shore below. The bridge literally looks like it's hanging by a thread. The pathway is made up of thin twine and wood, and the structure itself is held up by basic rope. It doesn't get much more medieval than this. You definitely feel like an explorer from a storybook when you cross this one. Rumpelstiltskin, is that you? Capilano Suspension Bridge in Vancouver, Canada. The beautiful nature-ridden city of Capilano, which means beautiful river in Ojibwe, is home to one of the most magnificent suspension bridges in the world. Built in 1889, the Capilano Suspension Bridge stretches over 450 feet long and 230 feet above the Capilano River. Some people say that it can hold the weight of 98 full-grown elephants, which is actually really comforting to know, considering how high up it goes.
Guys, like I said, the video ends.
The view from the bridge is absolutely beautiful. People from all around the world come to Capilano to walk across its most iconic bridge. What makes this bridge
328 feet
special
is
is that it's
crazy.
curved like
Sorry if I was
and pay big
unmuted. Sorry
bucks
if
to
I
see
was
the best
muted.
view in all of Malaysia. It's crazy long.
1890, what? I wasn't even talking, I was muted. That's the end of the live, so I hope y'all have a great day. It was fun with y'all, and I'll see y'all next live. Alright, bye.